everyone, once again for another screen printing video by Catspit Productions. My name is Jonathan, I'm your host. I'm the owner here at Catspit Productions and I sell screen printing equipment and supplies. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at the HIX Spectrum point source LED. So it has a little block inside here that is like a little square, and it has an array of LEDs, and it's considered a point source or a single source LED exposure unit. So today I figured let's try an exposure. This is the first time that I have ever done an exposure actually with it. I've been looking at it and testing things and looking, but now I'm gonna shoot this piece of film because it's pretty decent size and see how the point source works out. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just use, I've been using the Ranar XPO LED, and my exposure time has been about 15 seconds or less, depending on what I'm exposing or what mesh count and yada yada yada, right? Okay, so this one, we're gonna try, I think we're just gonna expose this. I'm gonna pull out I think a 156 screen, if hopefully I have one in there or close to it. And we're gonna expose this, I think, at about 13 seconds and just see what happens, and then we'll go to the washout booth and wash it out together and see what happens, okay? Because I might have to adjust a little bit from the strip LED, right? The Ranar LED, which was strips, as opposed to this one, which is considered a single source. You know, even though it really has a block which has multiple LEDs, but I guess, you know, these are specs and scientific crap that we have to figure out along the way. But let's see how it actually works in a real-time application, shall we? Okay, so check it out. It's got a little color display, digital display. Turn it on. It's very simple. I don't think it has any presets. Very easy. It's up or down. Here. We're going to do 13 seconds for our test. And you can see it simply has a start and stop button. All right, so let me get the film and the screen out here. We'll convert to darkroom mode, and then we're going to do an exposure. And I'm going to do 13 seconds, I think, like I said, and we'll see how that compares to the strip light that I've been using and I'm so familiar with, right? The strip LED from Ranar. So let's compare it. Let's do it, shall we? All right, so I had to turn on a little light so you could see. There you go. All right. Because I'm casting a shadow right now the way I have the lights and stuff. Okay, so we're going to try this out. The film is on there. Here's the little rope they give you, which I'm not sure that you really need that because the vacuum is pretty powerful. All right, so we're going to close it. We're going to lock it down, and then hopefully, let's see if this is all set up properly. There we go. Vacuum pump. I'll have to check, it might be vibrating on the shelf. Let's see. No, I think that's pretty much how it sounds, guys. Alright, so let's see. The exposure is done. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the screen out of here and reposition the camera over by the washout booth, and let's see what happens. Alright, let's see what happens here. I don't know which way is which. Okay, so, you know, so far I don't see any real difference. Not sure if the exposure is allowing you guys to see. You know, we always wash out from the substrate side, as you know, what I teach, because of the way we coat the screen, because all of the emulsion is on this side if you coat it properly. Watch my videos for how to coat screens properly. keep both sides wet, you know. Like it's back on. Okay, so I didn't have a 156 or 160. This is actually a 125, so I'm trying to blow out some of the, not blow them out, but, you know, wash out some of the detailed areas. And you can see that the emulsion is very cured. The point source or single source spectrum did quite well, and because the emulsion is very cured, it's allowing me to continue to wash out some of these detailed areas that probably would have been easier, you know, to get on a 160 around. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you see what I'm saying? Like with the LED exposure units, the exposure quality is much better than the black lamp fluorescent, and allows me much more time in the washout booth, honestly. You know, if I had done this with a fluorescent UV black lamp, right, I would not be able to do this. So let's see. Is it slimy? Is it underexposed on the inkwell side? And I would tell you, no, actually it's not. There's no emulsion coming off on my hands, so the point source LED, I would say, works basically the same as the strip lights, and maybe it will be better. I'll do some more detailed testing, you know, like this. Like, I apologize, all I had, you know what, I went into my screen cabinet and the only thing that was in there was 125s. I had like 6 125 screens ready to go. I'm like, how did I not coat some other mesh counts? I don't know, but I'll take care of that, and then we'll do some detail tests on the point source as well. But from what I can tell right now, guys, that it's, you know, it works the same as the strip lights. It's good. It gets the whole area. It's, you know, I don't know what the deal is with the little LEDs and stuff. I'm not an engineer, you know what I'm saying, but it definitely got the whole image area, and I believe that if I had a 160 screen, I would have been able to wash out the detail areas a lot easier, and it would have washed out a lot quicker, of course, as you know, because higher mesh counts hold less emulsion, so they usually wash out a lot faster. All right, so yeah, so this is pretty cool. We're gonna have to continue with this and see what kind of detail I can get out of it. Maybe we'll have to do a halftone. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so that's all I have for you today. I'm getting a little warm back here, so I'm gonna call it quits for now. And that was a pretty good test just to get used to, you know, the single source or point source LED exposure unit. So I think that if I had, like I said, if I had a better mesh count, a 160, I might have been able to get more detail much quicker and rinse it out much quicker. So we're gonna do some more testing with it. And I guess what I'll do is I'll either set up a new halftone, or maybe I'll use, I don't know if I have some film that's a halftone that I might be able to use to do some testing and see, you know, really does this single source or point source idea or concept on this LED spectrum, you know, from HIX, you know, does it give you more detail or not? I'm not sure yet, but it seems to work quite the same way as the Renar LED strips. So I would say you could easily adapt from one to the other. I use the same exposure time and blah, 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 all right? So if you have any questions, remember that I sell screen printing equipment and supplies at catspit.screenprintsupply.com. And, I've been on YouTube a long time, guys. So maybe, hopefully before I croak, we'll hit 100,000 subscribers. So please subscribe if you like my content and you like my videos, you learn from them and you use them. Please subscribe and make sure that you support Catspit Productions online. And if you need anything, hit me up at catspit.screenprintsupply.com. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate your time, and we'll see you next time.